Last month, the USDA released its plantings report that predicted one of the biggest corn crops in more than 70 years. Neil Melancon now joins us with this week's Bottom Line. And Neil, I know here in Louisiana all the corn is in the ground, but Midwest, always a question mark out there. What's the status of corn planting out there?
Well, Mike, planting is rolling right along. You might remember that we had warm weather in February and March that kicked off the planting season, followed by a prospective plantings report in April that said we're going to see a record crop of corn acreage-wise. And since that time, some of those acres have gone to soybeans, particularly as bean prices have weathered some of these market bumps we've seen of late. However, the latest USDA planting numbers show that more than 50% of the corn crop is in the ground, and that's well ahead of the 5-year average. While this will continue to put pressure on the corn market and send more acres over to beans, it does support the idea that we're going to see a huge corn crop this year as long as things keep flowing along. Of course, there could be some weather hiccups such as another drought, and it's still very early in the season right now. The bottom line, though, is that while it does bode well for the market across the board, farmers will be very happy if they have a lot of crops to sell. Processors will be happy if they have cheaper prices, and ultimately we'll all be happier if grocery store items sell these staple items that we love at lower prices. It also bodes well for the livestock market, as abundant cheap grain will encourage producers to begin to rebuild the nation's livestock herd. So Mike, even though we're still early in the season, I think we're in for a strong grain crop this year that could benefit everyone involved.
And Neil, I just saw a recent release from the LSU Ag Center that says Louisiana soybean acreage could top 1 million acres this year. So farmers are happy. Neil Melancon, thanks. And remember, you can listen to any of Neil's daily reports on the Louisiana Farm Bureau radio network. For a list of stations where you can listen or tune in online, you can click on over to our website at twilatv.org and look for the LFB radio link on the left side of the home page. That does it for this edition of This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. Be sure to join us next week when we'll show you how a Louisiana hunting lodge is making an impact on New Orleans' fine cuisine. Until then, you can watch any of our stories online. Visit our website, twilatv.org. For all of us here at This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, I'm Michael Dana. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope to see you again right here next week.